Hi, I'm Linden Thorp. Yesterday I was supposed to be speaking at the Bangalore broadcast event, but unfortunately my Wi-Fi was terrible, so I couldn't really. So here is what I was going to say in my slot. I spoke after Sri Vidya, who was going into emotional suppression and its physical effects. And I'd like to continue on from there and look at what happens when suppression and chronic stress become a way of life. Many women are not just dealing with symptoms, they're living too close to their own patterns to see them clearly. They're identified with the limited mind, what I call the limited mind, brilliant but limited. They're disconnected from the whole body intelligence and therefore rather poor at reading themselves before the body has to shout out in agony. And in India, it seems that burnout isn't always recognised as a serious issue, according to my research. To clarify, the World Health Organization defines burnout as a syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. And it has three basic dimensions: exhaustion, a sense of cynicism or distance from one's work, and reduced professional efficacy. Mental Health UK calls it a state of physical, mental and emotional exhaustion brought on by long-term stress. Unlike ordinary stress, which is short-term, burnout leaves people detached, demotivated and unable to function. And I deal with victims of burnout every day, and even my own brother burnt out at the age of 22. Physical signs include persistent fatigue, sleep issues, headaches and recurrent illnesses. Emotional signs include feeling helpless, defeated or detached. And behavioural signs include procrastination, reduced output, social withdrawal, and irritability. A McKinsey Health Institute survey and other studies show that about 59% of Indian employees report burnout symptoms, and nearly half cite workplace stress as their biggest mental health factor. In Europe and the US, burnout is widely recognised and addressed in corporate well-being programmes. Some countries classify it as an occupational risk. So here in India, it's often misread as a bad attitude or lack of dedication. This lack of awareness hurts not only individuals, but also companies. Burnout drives absenteeism, presenteeism, and turnover generally, costing billions in lost productivity. Now, this brings me to the heart of my work. The body is not only a biological system, it is an intelligence system. It communicates through breath, posture, tension, exhaustion, emotion, and subtle inner cues. Yet, most people navigate life from that limited mind, the analytical, managing, coping mind. The limited mind is so useful, but it is reactive and narrow, and it sits too close to the drama to truly observe. Metacognition, which Harman demonstrated earlier, literally thinking about thinking, is the awareness of our own thought processes. I use this a lot in my work. It trains people to step back from their limited mind, to see their own patterns clearly, rather than being fused with them. And this is where linguistics and neuroscience meet. Awareness and repatterning, not diagnosis and medication. As a linguist, I pay attention very much to the words people use. Naturopathic doctor Eva Lloyd notes that the body responds physiologically to our words and thoughts. So repeating phrases like, I am strong and confident, can cause the body to straighten and breathe more deeply. While phrases like, I'm stuck, I have no support, or I'm exhausted, cause contraction and impede energy flow. In corporate environments, unexamined language such as push through or don't be weak reinforces burnout. So part of my work is helping people reconstitute damaging inner language and then move beneath the language into the wider intelligence where words are only symbols. Embodiment and signal literacy are my specialities, and they really are about sensing and interpreting the body's messages. Mind-body approaches, meditation, yoga, tai chi, guided imagery and breathwork are widely recognised in modern healthcare. An article on integrative health notes that mind-body therapies now enjoy growing acceptance within mainstream healthcare, supported by brain imaging studies and physiological research. So these practices reduce stress hormones, they improve sleep, and they lower blood pressure and enhance emotional regulation. To show just how big this movement is, in 2026 industry analysis, we have estimates that the global somatic therapy market, covering body-centered approaches like sensory motor psychotherapy, movement therapy and breathwork, is valued at about USD 4.72 billion in 2026 and projected to reach USD 2.55 billion by 2033, growing at 17.7% a year. Sensory motor psychotherapy alone is expected to make up 1/3 of the market, and North America currently holds the largest share of 36.7%, with Asia Pacific close behind at 30.2%. This isn't a fringe phenomenon. It's a global shift toward somatic and integrative healing. Well, let's take a brief moment to practice signal literacy. Sit comfortably, let your feet ground, soften your jaw, relax your shoulders, and place one hand on your heart, preferably the left hand, and one lower down. Notice your breath. Notice where you might be holding it. Ask yourself quietly, what does my whole body know that my thoughts have not admitted? Where have I been living too close to myself to see clearly? This is not about fixing anything. It's about becoming an observer. And when we detach from the constant narration of the limited mind, the body begins to reorganize and to soften. We often think change has to be slow. It doesn't always. Sometimes the system responds quickly when it is given permission to stop bracing. The body and mind can recalibrate in minutes when we shift how we listen and speak to ourselves. And to support this, I offer a 30-minute recalibration session. This is a focus session that interrupts the burnout cycle. It restores inner authority and demonstrates how quickly change can begin. And for those who want a deeper journey, Lodestone 1 offers a 30-day mind-body practice. And together with Dr. Muiba Jamusi, who you know well, I'm launching Human Unlimited, Being and Becoming, a 6-week burnout recovery course starting on the 20th of April. Burnout is not only too much work, it's too much self-override for too long. The cure is not more force, but more awareness, more embodied intelligence, and kinder language. Preventative care is not only medical, it's perceptual and linguistic. If this resonates with you, please connect with me, scan the code or visit our site. Whether you're an individual facing burnout or a leader seeking to transform your organization's culture, I'd be honored to help. Longevity and vitality begin when the observer returns and the whole body is allowed to lead. Thank you so much.